No, you're hosting. You're hosting. We're live host.
Oh my gosh.
You're a live host.
Hi, this is Enrique, and this is the Brat Podcast. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
That's how you sound.
Nah, I don't sound like that, Slow-Mo.
Okay, well then you better host then, because that's how I'm a host.
No, come on, man. You can't. Hey, we got 0 viewers. Yes.
No, we don't.
I'm telling you, it says 0 viewers. This is awesome.
But let's just talk about everything then.
Yeah, that's okay. We're going to talk about crack cocaine, talking about pot.
What? Okay, but we're not going to talk about that.
I want to talk to Samson.
20-year-old half-baked.
Yeah, give me a pound of your sweetest Chiba.
A pound of your sweetest Chiba.
Come on, man. All right, what's up, everybody? That's how you do the announcement.
Okay, you've never done it like that, but okay.
Oh, I know, I've never done it like that. I usually say, excuse me, I've kind of losing my voice today, so I apologize. Yeah, it's because I've been smoking Chiba. So, yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome to podcast number 117 of the Basement Radio Arcade, aka Brap. And we're live. And we're waiting on some other people to join us. They'll be here very soon. Okay. Yeah, we're waiting on I don't know if E's joining us tonight, man, but B Money should be joining us shortly. Without further ado, though, here with Mr. Slow-Mo Backslap.
What up?
Backslap, that's his name. What's going on, Slow-Mo?
Nothing much, man. Just been playing these games, laughing at a lot of people in this gaming community. It looks like the heat is getting to them, and they have been arguing over the silliest things. But I just been gaming and sitting back, relaxing, and laughing in the cut. How about you?
You remind me of my Jeep.
Whoa.
I don't know where that came from.
Please, yeah, I don't know either. We're not trying to emulate no R. Kelly out up in here.
Oh man, we can't talk about R. Kelly. Man. We can't talk about R. Kelly. That guy's disgusting. Man, what was I gonna say, man? See, I forgot now. What have I been? Shit. See, Slow-Mo, now you made me forget.
This is not my fault. I told you were old. This is age.
This is the age kicking in. I'm 40.
Yeah, it's just creeping up, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, I've been. Let me tell you what games I've been playing.
Oh, wait. Before we get to what games you've been playing, hold on real quick. Before we get to that, I just want to say something real quick.
Okay.
I want to get on my soapbox, and I want to say something real quick.
Okay.
Never in my lifetime did I ever think that I would see an American president bend over?
Oh my God! Here we go. Yeah,
for Soviet Russia. Never thought in a million years I would ever see that, and that went down this week. And then homeboy's gonna come out and say, "Oh, I meant to say." What he meant to say? I wouldn't.
He said, I meant to, like, basically there was one word that he should have reversed, but if you listen to his entire statement, everything that he was saying was lining up with the word that he claims he didn't mean to say. So basically, you're just lying once again. I mean, how many? There's like maybe like 5% of the population in this country who actually believes anything he has to say, and it's just dwindling after every scandal, which is like weekly, that pops up. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, Irrelevant Native? Irrelevant Native's in the house. He says this means it was a lie. Hashtag Putin and Trump. Chief, tell me what's up. What's going on, man? Great to see you. It's interesting, man. So I just wanted to say that real quick, man. It's been kind of bugging me. We don't typically get into politics at all on Brap. That's not what we do. We are a gaming podcast. You know what I forgot to mention, Slow-Mo? We are official, and I've said this before, officially a affiliate of the Inner Circle Gaming Network. Definitely go to the Tick website. Put a link down below in the description for all your gaming related news and game reviews. Great website, and definitely want to check out the website for some other other Tick related podcasts. Many of you may know the Iron Lords, the ILP, which goes Sunday. They are one of the podcasts for the Inner Circle, as well as Multiverse, Double XP, and the Inner Circle, which goes live, I think, every Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken. B Money's actually on that, is a co-host on that podcast as well. So just wanted to say that real quick, Slow-Mo, before I forget.
Okay. I didn't know B was on that.
Yeah, dude, B's like one of the founders, man.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Is he late on that too all the time?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I had to throw a jab in there.
Man, B's got like 4 kids, man. So I get it. I get it, man. I get it.
I'm messing with him.
Yeah. Hey, so you know what I did this week, man?
What did you do, man?
I went out. Okay, so we've been very vocal about Destiny 2 and Bungie's mishandling of the franchise and some of their DLC practices. I went out and bought Warmind.
Enrique, why did you? Okay, let me rephrase before.
It's like
let me control myself. Enrique, tell me why you made this incredibly strange decision.
Man, I'm gonna blame the Iron Lords on this, and I'm gonna blame Mooch on this. The Iron Lords were Cognito was tweeting out how much fun he had on Destiny the other night. They were running the Iron Banner and playing some of the strikes on from the Warmind DLC. I just got excited, man. I got excited, and then I was talking to Mooch, and he's like, "Hey, man, if you want to run Destiny 2, I'll run Destiny 2 with you." We played some of the Iron Banner, and I just got, dude. I'm telling you, the Iron Banner, man. I hopped back in. See, I thought I was gonna be rusty. I thought I was gonna suck, right? Oh, did I slow-mo? I was holding it down, man.
So you bought Warmind based off of the euphoria that you got for dominating in Iron Banner.
Yes,
that sounds like what you're telling me.
More, yes, and because other people are having fun, and I said, why not, man? Let me get back. Irrelevant Native was playing Iron Banner, I think, with Cognito and Mooch and some other people, man, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, I got back into Iron Banner, and the gunplay, the mechanics, so good still. So good.
It's always the gunplay is always going to be good with a Bungie game.
Yeah.
Me personally, as you know my stance, I'm not. I said I have softened a little bit. I've said I'm not giving Bungie any more of my money. This is why I said back in October when the whole whoopsie went down. But I've softened a little bit now. I'm like, I would consider it, but I'm not trying to spend money on Osiris and Warmind. So when they bake that into the Forsaken DLC at some point, which is probably like December, January, something like that, then I might consider doing it.
Dude, do it.
Not now. Especially with all the games that's coming out. Look, in August alone, so like, first of all, my backlog is ridiculous, but in August alone, there's the first episode of the final season of The Walking Dead, Life is Strange 2. There's another game can't remember that I know I'm getting, but I can't remember it. September is Spider-Man.
That's right.
There's Red Dead coming out. I don't have time for Destiny right now.
Yeah, I mean, I look, man. I'm not going to argue that point. I mean, there's some great titles there you just mentioned, but man, I just couldn't. Oh man, it's like battered wife syndrome, man. It's the only way I can explain it.
Yeah, give me 1 second, man.
Yep. Yeah, irrelative, man. We gotta run some Destiny too. I got back into the Iron Banner, man. Just love it. It was great. It was great. It was great getting back into Iron Banner because it felt like it was just a lot of fun. It was just fun to play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. That's another one I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
It's just there's so many new games that are coming out that to go back to Destiny, it's and I don't feel like they have done enough to like pay their penance for what they kind of have put the Destiny community through. Like I feel like they're getting it's interesting. They're not getting a pass from the overall gaming community, but I feel they are getting a pass from the Destiny community.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So for me, it's just like, you know what, maybe a little bit further down the line. And plus, like, there's a small window for me because, like, as this year starts to wind down, then we got all those games coming out in February. So maybe, you know, January, December, I can look at it and be like, I might do it. But as of now, but you know, I get it. I get it. The gunplay's awesome. You was dominating, and you know how the Iron Lords all, they were probably sizing you up. They were like, yeah, Enrique, yeah, you the top of the leaderboard. You the best one on the team. Go ahead and buy that war mine. I mean, look, the Iron Lords they need to be on like Bungie's payroll because they are like the biggest boosters of that game, and they make it like I listen to it, they make you want to be like, man, I kind of want to play it again.
Yeah, no, they do. They definitely do. When they talk about Destiny, sometimes, man, I'm just like, man, I gotta get back on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Not me though. What have I been playing lately? I have been beating a lot of games that are in my backlog. I tried to play Halo Wars 2. It just wasn't for me. I enjoyed Halo Wars 1 more. Halo Wars 2 just it didn't have, I couldn't put my finger on it. Ensemble did the first game, and they used to be like the kings of those kind of games, those RTS games. And this one, I don't know who the dev was, but it just wasn't for me. And I was talking to other people, and I was like, look, I'm not enjoying this game.
Really?
I'm playing this game, and I'm not enjoying it, but I want to finish it just because, I bought it. It was on sale when I bought it, but I still bought it. It's my money. And everyone was just like, dude, stop torturing yourself. Stop playing the game. Play something else you rather want to play. So
yeah, Creative Assembly, by the way, is the
Creative Assembly.
Yeah, it's the dev. Yeah,
like the story was decent, but it's just like actually playing the game is just where I had no interest. And you know, it could very well be, you know how there's sometimes you're just not in the mood for a certain kind of game.
Yeah, that could be it, man.
Yeah, like maybe I found myself buying The Division on PS4 and started playing through that. I've been playing Nier Automata on PS4.
Nier Automata?
What is it? Automata?
Yeah, it's Automata, man.
Okay, I've been saying it wrong for forever. I'm just gonna say Nier, and everyone's gonna know what I mean.
Hey, real quick, I want to interrupt you real quick. Slow mo, Black Slap. We have B Money in the house. What's up, B? Or not?
Hey, what up, Enrique?
Hey, what's up, man?
You know, it's B Money. You know, I'm just chilling. You know, I know I'm late, but I can do that because I'm B Money. His mic still ain't good?
I don't think his mic's on, so we'll get back to B Money. But go ahead, man.
What's going on?
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Go.
What's happening?
What's up, man?
Hey, B, Slow-Mo was just imitating you there for a sec, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
No, I ain't hear you.
Oh, no, it was just nothing but great things, man.
Oh yeah,
it was
talking about you talking about your Destiny skills.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what are we doing now? We doing this? I didn't say nothing about Destiny. I mean, I said some things about Destiny before, but nothing about you and Destiny. I mean, I haven't seen you play. I don't know if you're, as bad as Enrique.
I was getting it in, man, on the Iron Banner, man. I'm telling you, his headshots started coming back. It was fluid. I was loving it.
No, I was saying I'm playing Nier. Yeah. I love Nier. Like Nier's fun. It's also, although I know I see the quality. It's like although I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it, I still can't play it every day for some reason. If that makes sense. So I've also been playing Final Fantasy 15, the Royal Edition on the Xbox, which on One X it looks amazing. I've been playing that for the past couple of days, and just kind of my normal stuff, like going into Warframe, going back to the Division, just playing my consistent games I always play.
your go-to, if you will.
Yeah, my go-tos.
Nice, man. All right. What about you, B Money? What have you been playing more recently, man?
Most recently, Octopath Traveler.
Oh, that's right. That came out this week.
Yeah. I've put about 12 or 13 hours into the game so far. Really enjoying it. It's it's just a nod to those old classic JRPGs. You know what I mean? Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? It's got a little reminiscence of all of those in there. Wonderful art style. You know what I mean? If you ever play like the Bravely Default games, some of the people who worked on those games also worked on this game as well. So you see a little bit of that in there as well. But it's an amazing game, man. Really enjoying it. But besides that, I've been playing a little bit of the Division, some 2K, Gears 4. That's probably pretty much it. Most of my time has been on Octopath Traveler. Really digging that game.
So let me ask something. B is I've read some of the reviews. There was a few that were a little mixed. I think felt that I think maybe some of the missions were a little shallow. I think Jason Schreier said, I don't want to quote that. I don't want to misquote him, but I think he was kind of critical of some of the missions, saying they were kind of like they're a little shallow, and the progression system kind of would get in your way in terms of progressing the story forward. I mean, progression. I mean, like just the leveling up system for characters and stuff would kind of slow the progression down. And with regards to the stories, have you come across any of that? I mean that could be. We know sometimes some of these things are subjective, but have you felt like the game has? Have you run into any of that? Some of those things that Jason Schreier was talking about?
No, not on my end. You know what I mean? Because each character has a different story.
Yeah.
And right now I have collected 4 of the characters. So I started with the Hunter, and then I went to the Scholar.
Hey B, what's the combat like? Is it turn based or is it okay? Turn based. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Turn based combat.
Come on, man. He said it's like Final Fantasy. What's wrong with you, slow mo?
But no, I haven't really run into that. You know what I mean? As you encounter, the new, each character or whatever, they all have their own storyline, and you have to kind of go through the first chapter of their story before they join your party or whatever. So, maybe that's what he was talking about, because I mean, the story really isn't consistent as of yet. And I've talked to, I've watched a lot of videos of people who've, got 60, 80 hours into the game. And they say that that's kind of where all the stories kind of intertwine, and you see the bigger picture.
Okay.
So it just depends, I guess, on how far you've played into the game. You know what I mean? If you feel like the story is kind of, all over the place, or if it's starting to come together. So
yeah, I think that's what he was saying. He actually said And I think out of all the reviews that I read, his was probably the most critical.
Yeah.
Because he actually says that the game feels like someone took, and this is what he said, quote, like someone took out pieces from eight different Lego sets and stuck them all together. So
yeah, I mean, it's weird that the way that it's set up, but I kind of like it that way. You know, I mean, it gives you a different feel that, as far as like the combat is concerned, especially when you get into, you know, some of the bigger bosses and sub bosses, things like that.
Yeah.
Because each boss, you know, has like a weakness, and then different characters have different traits, of course. So, you know, each character feels like it's needed, you know, going into battle. So you kind of have to, you know, show a little strategy and pick the correct characters to take in a battle with you. And then, you know, a lot of the smaller villains that you fight and creatures and stuff like that. Like I chose a hunter, so you can actually capture them and use those in battle as well. So that also like reveals some of the weaknesses and some of the bigger bosses and things like that. So it's a little bit of a chess match, and I like games like that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm really looking forward to like Dragon Quest and a lot of the turn-based games that have come out this year and coming out in the next couple of years. So I really haven't had any major issues with it yet. Like I said, I'm only about 12 to 13 hours into it. Yeah. But I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, the one thing that I've read that's been praised about this game with reviews is the soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. The soundtrack is like just awesome. That it very much reminds a lot of people of you know, the Square RPGs in the 90s that we all loved. You know, the Final Fantasies,
right.
You know, the Chrono games. Man, I haven't. I have this on my list, man. But like Slim and I were talking earlier, man, it's just so hard to buy more games right now, man, because I'm so backlogged.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
So.
For me, like it's just easy to buy games on the Switch. You know what I mean? Especially this summer, I've been traveling like so much, you know, with the family and stuff like that, taking them on many vacations every other weekend or whatever. So it's just like I can hop in the car, sit in the passenger seat while my wife drives, and you know what I mean, get some gaming in. Yeah, so it's been just super easy to buy games on the Switch. I actually was on BestBuy.com earlier and just taking a look at Switch games I'm gonna pick up, and just saved like a couple of them to like a games list, and I'll just pick them up, you know, every week or so as they go on sale or whatever. So
nice, man. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm interested to get your final take when you beat the game, man. You know, because like I said, man, it's most of the reviews have been pretty positive. I thought the Kotaku one was kind of interesting because Jason Schreier, I mean, I think he thinks it's a good game. But I think in part he felt like it was a little disjointed. But I'm just curious to see like what other people's opinions are of the game once they finish it. So
right.
Yeah, I'll probably this is gonna be one that's gonna have to go on the back burner for me, man. But it's definitely on my radar, man.
Yeah. For me, it's a game. When I finally do get a Switch, it's going to be like one of the games I buy it with. So. Yeah, I'm interested in it, and I mean, it looks like on Metacritic, it's got 84 right now, which, as far as I'm concerned, but it's just my opinion. With Metacritic, I always feel like games are. I feel like games are whatever that Metacritic score is +5.
Yeah.
How my feelings. So it's like
+5,
like 89. Because there's always like that one review.
Yeah,
the reviewer didn't do a good job at all, and he didn't quite get the game. He really shouldn't be added into the score, and then he doesn't even give a score.
Yeah.
And which Metacritic means this is an automatic 40, which is just like what? So yeah, any game, I'm just like, oh, it's got a 75. That's an 80 for me. So yeah.
I mean, especially now, like you get so many reviewers who are, you know, used to playing your first person shooter or the biggest AAA game. When you got to go back and review, you know, a turn based game like this, it's not usually for everybody. So
yeah,
you know what I mean, that experience is could be totally different and rated totally different as well. So
yeah, that's a good point, B. I mean, it's definitely not for everybody. I mean, I think we grew up in playing turn-based combat games. That's all that was it in terms of JRPGs. It was everything was turn-based.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we grew up in that era. So you're right. I mean, it's probably not a game for everyone, in that regard. So, but yeah, I've been like we talked about. I've been playing Destiny. I got back to Destiny B, ran some Iron Banner. Felt good.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Yeah, enjoyed it, man.
Nice, man.
It was fun. It's a lot of fun. So I had a good time doing that. Picked up the Warmind DLC. Just started the running the missions for that expansion, and then just leveling up my my Titan class. But that, and I've been playing. I picked up Nier Automata for the Xbox One X, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You played it yet?
Yeah, I've only played the beginning.
Okay, just the prologue part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I've been. Thing is, man, I've been so busy recently, just with work and stuff, like just your family. So I've just been busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to really game. So, but I finally picked it up, and no, it looks good so far. I mean, it just definitely looks good. So I'm looking forward to getting back into that. I did download The Division.
Finally.
Yeah, but I turned it on, man. I'm like, this game looks like garbage. Turn it off.
You sound like someone who's been indoctrinated by Destiny when you say things like that. So I am not offended whatsoever.
I'm not. Like, all I'm saying is that the game does not look that as good as Destiny.
What? Wait, what? Okay, hold on.
It does not.
You have a One X, right?
Yeah.
So you turned it on, and you looked at the load up screen where it shows your character, and you said, "This is garbage."
Oh no, man! I got past I got past the load up screen. I got to the city, and I was like, "This is garbage."
It's terrible, RJ.
Absolutely terrible. When you come off,
I'm not going to be triggered.
Hey, B, when you come off of 4K HDR, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
What you talk? The Division is 4K.
4K. I said 4K and HDR.
Oh my god, it still looks good, man.
The HDR makes the. I'm telling you, man.
They're doing other things beyond just 4K. And
well, they're doing other things with the game
that I can't think of right now, but they got stuff.
Yeah, you can't think of them because it's garbage.
Good. The game looks
you can't think of it slow mo because it's garbage.
I just wish The Division was the game that they showed us initially. That's all.
Hey, gaming. Yeah, me too. B, real quick. Gaming Forte. He says not even close, bro. Destiny looks way better than The Division.
He's a Destiny stan too. We just hey, let me get another Destiny stan to back me up here. That means nothing to me. Look, The Division looks good. Okay, it's a good looking game. I'm not going to compare them. They're both good looking games on my One X, so I'm not going to be like, oh, one looks better than the other.
I don't know, man.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna tell you something about some of you Destiny guys. You guys are funny, okay? Because any other game that's a looter comes out and everything has to be poo-poo. Oh, look at Warframe. Look at the way it looks. Oh my god. But Warframe, the digital extremes is like head and shoulders over Bungie right now as far as taking care of their community, taking care of their game, giving gamers what they want. Ubisoft is doing that with Division as well. So, as in conclusion, Destiny guys need to stop looking at everything with Destiny glasses. This is why some of my friends can't play anything but Destiny, because anytime they pick anything up, they're automatically comparing it to Destiny. Like Destiny is perfect. It's not. So you have imperfect vision that you're comparing other games to. It just doesn't work. It's just you gotta
admit, Destiny feels the best as far as the shooter mechanics.
It does. But I've never said that any differently when it came to The Division. Even when I started playing The Division.
No, you said the Division. You said Division mechanics are better.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Enrique,
we're about to pull some receipts, sir.
Go pull the receipts.
We're about to pull some receipts.
Yeah, y'all be trying to put words in my mouth, especially you. And I did not say that. Now, what I have said and will continue to say is that the Division, the build mechanics, the ability to create different builds and the complexities, the freedom to do that and create, monster agents that have varying different abilities. All that stuff, head and shoulders better than anything out there. Way better than what Destiny does. Even the original Destiny, where they still had RNG for your gear and your weapons. So Division that's where it really shines. The ability to create an agent and you min-max your build to the point where you can go in a dark zone and just own it. Like that's a great feeling. So yeah, that's where Division is, and it's not a Destiny killer. All that stuff.
No, it can't be a Destiny killer because it's garbage.
You know what? Next topic. I ain't said all this stuff. I ain't spoke glowingly about my game for like 2 minutes, and this is it's because it's garbage, and that's all you gonna say. This is something.
Yes, that's all I need to say. The proof is in the pudding. Turn it off.
The proof is not in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. Who lost their community? Oh, crickets now.
You know what? We don't have those numbers.
We don't want to talk about it no more.
We don't have those numbers officially.
We don't have those. You want to know why you don't have those numbers?
Wait. What does losing the community has to do with Destiny versus what's it called? Versus the Division?
Because one game got their community back, and the other game is still trying to get their community back.
Look, man. Look, Destiny is not for the faint of heart. You got to have skills. You don't need skills in the Division. That's why the Division got the community back.
Oh my gosh, you haven't played the game. This is like the most uneducated information on Division I've ever heard. So you don't need skills to play the Division.
No, you just
okay. All right. So
you don't need skills to play Destiny.
Wait.
Yeah,
you don't need skills.
Yeah, you don't need skills.
Division.
You go in. You go into the dark zone. And
okay.
You camp. That's what you do. You camp.
All right,
you camp at the extraction zones, and that's all you do.
I want you to stream
you roast marshmallows.
You playing. I want to stream you playing the Division, and you go in the dark zone.
The game should be Marshmallow Campers. That should be the name of the game.
That's not even how people play the game.
I want to know. I want to go to the live chat on this. Is the Division a camping game?
Gosh, that's the fact that you just asked that question shows you do not play this game.
No, when I played it, I remember going to the dark zone. And people would just camp.
2016.
People would just camp. It's still like that.
It's not like this. Jesus, it is not like that.
It's still like that.
This game is if you go in the dark zone, you're sitting in cover, you're going to get wrecked over and over and over again. There are certain talents that people use. These talents are better than the others. Like this one talent called On the Move. It gives you more damage resistance the more enemies you kill as you're moving, and there are NPCs all over the place in the dark zone. People build up their damage resistance, then they go rogue on other people. No one is ever camping and sitting still. Now, every now and then, when someone creates a great, awesome Deadeye build, and they'll go camp with a sniper rifle and start racking off on people. But that's rare occurrences. That rarely ever happens. Most people are running around with Predator's Mark and Striker builds, and they're just melting people, just running through guys, and they don't take cover. They don't camp. They see you. They rush at you. They do the whole circling dance, shooting at each other, and someone's going down. But it's not camping.
Still garbage.
Next topic.
Even Gaming Forte said it's still garbage.
I don't recall Gaming Forte ever playing that game.
Yeah, he says He says it's garbage. So,
he also agrees with me. People don't camp.
Yeah. So,
you don't know what you're talking. No, get on Mixer, stream it. You going in the dark zone.
I'm
see what happens.
Look, man, I don't want to waste my time on a game.
If you get one kill, if you can get one kill, I will admit the game is garbage. How about that?
That's easy. I can get 10 kills. Just camp.
Okay, do it. I want to see you stream it. I want one kill, just one kill.
Yeah. All I know is Destiny's a better game.
Matter of fact, if you get one kill, I will admit Destiny is a better game than the Division.
What's the better game? Let's ask B. B is Gamester. He's wise. What do you think, B?
For me, I'm going with Destiny, and I'm a Tom Clancy fan, like huge fan. I bought Division Collector's Edition, got the watch, got the you know what I mean, got all the stuff for it. You know what I mean? So I'm a big Tom Clancy fan, but the fall off for Division early on for me was a higher disappointment than it was in regards to Destiny. So I gotta go with Destiny, man.
All right. Well,
one game has regained their community, and one game has not. And one game is going to further lose their community when the other one comes out with a sequel in March.
Oh boy.
That's all I gotta say.
Oh boy. All right.
That's all I gotta say.
I want to see these numbers, sir.
I want to see you get a kill in the dark zone, Mister. This game is too easy. Putting a lot of tough talk out there, but I don't see no gaming behind it. I don't see you getting a single kill, homie. Not one.
Man, I've been there, done that, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. You know, I can. There's a Division tracker. I can look up your gamer tag and see if you got some kills in the dark zone.
I'm pretty sure I did, man.
I'm pretty sure you have not.
What?
I'm about to go look.
Well, go look.
You know how I am with receipts.
I'm pretty sure. Go look.
I don't be playing.
Go look. All right, so let's see. Why slow mo is looking for receipts. Why don't we get to a rumor? The latest rumor going around, guys. And this has been since corrected, but apparently Microsoft's going to show off new hardware at Gamescom. That's not entirely true, but I think some people are still running with this rumor, though, that Microsoft's going to show off new hardware. But it's not happening at Gamescom. And I still think it's funny. I think people have been debating back and forth when we're going to see these new consoles. Some people are saying 3 years. Some people are saying 2 years. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think we're going to see the next Xbox in 2 years? Is that? And if it's 2 years, how do you guys feel about your purchase of the X? Do you guys upgrade?
Well, for me, I definitely think they're going to come out in 2 years. There'll be a new Xbox in 2020. I don't think they're going to try to. There's been some other reports saying they're definitely going to try to come out before the PS5. I don't know why you would do that. I think you need to come out when you have the games to come out, and I don't think their games are going to be there yet. So I think they'll come out in 2020. I think a good number of their exclusives will be ready by then. And as far as me, I'm not going to upgrade. I have a 1X. I know that the games that are coming out will be forward compatible to my 1X. So there's just no purpose for me upgrading. I don't think the next Xbox would be visually and performance-wise that big of a step up from it. So, yeah, there's no need for it for me.
Interesting, man. Yeah, what about you, B?
I also think it's probably going to come out in 2020. I think the reason that it will come out in 2020 is because I think it's going to launch with Halo Infinite. They'll make a pretty big deal about that. And as far as the upgrading, I probably will upgrade, but probably not like right away. Like I always own 2 consoles. There's usually one in my room, like my bedroom. I keep one in like my game room or like the living room or whatever. So Right now I have the Xbox One S, and it actually is pissing me off because for some reason it won't run Destiny 2 in my bedroom. Like it keeps glitching or whatever. So I can only play it on the X. And
really, you think it's you think it's because of the more recent patches and stuff?
I don't know what it is. Like I've uninstalled and reinstalled the game like 2 or 3 times, and like it'll go to the start screen and it'll let me select my character, and then pretty much everything just goes dark. You can see like shadows, but like it won't progress to like the next screen. So
it's trying to tell you to play a different game, homie. That's what it's doing.
It's the only game that does that on the S. Every other game plays fine on the S, but I got to play it on the X for it to run. So, I was thinking about actually getting an X this year until another X this year until Phil Spencer said they're deep in development of the next console. So it's just like, I'll wait. We'll see what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, what the advantages of it over the X's, and I mean, if it's worth the jump, then I'll probably pick it up. But I think 2020. I think if anything, they may start talking about it next year, 2019. Get the hype rolling, same way they did with the X, and then I mean, it'll be year of the Xbox 2 or whatever the hell they're gonna call it.
Yeah, interesting. And Nate in the live chat actually brings up an interesting point. He says he feels like the forward compatibility is being overstated. He thinks it'll be interesting to see how far they push that when the new console drops. So interesting. I mean, I'm kind of with you guys. I'm kind of on the fence. I think because getting the X. When did the X come out? 2000 was it 2017?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, so having 2 or 3 years between a new console. I mean, that's. I mean, if it's going to be forward compatible, I mean, it's like, for me, it's like, what's the incentive to really upgrade? I mean, I think the games, I think, are going to look good on my TV anyway, because I think we'll probably see more 4K support, HDR support. But I think for me, there's more incentive to upgrade from the PS4 to PS5 because I didn't go out and get the Pro,
Right.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, and it's funny. I know with the DM we were talking about this, the idea of the the cell phone model, business model, as it relates to console gaming. I'm not necessarily sold that on the idea of that we're going to get new, console releases every 2 or 3 years, whatever the case is. I know that Microsoft said that the traditional console gen's over with, but I don't know, guys. I'm not so entirely sure that might be the case. What do you guys think? Do you think that that this is going to be the norm, that we get new iterations of current gen consoles every 2 years?
Every 2 years, no,
or 3 years.
But I think we will see new hardware from all the platform holders every 3 years. Like I'm anticipating in 2020, Nintendo is going to come like an updated Switch that will allow third-party games, third-party AAA games to play on the Switch better.
Call it what did you say last week? They're going to call it the Switch U.
Switch U, the Switch Pro, or whatever you want to call it. Hopefully it's not the Switch U, but I do believe they will do that. I think, and if you look at Sony's already kind of doing it. PS4 came out in 2013. The Pro came in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, the PS5 is coming in 2019. This is 3-year interval. So I mean, it'll be a PS5 Pro in 2022. It's just this. It's. I'm not saying they're going to take the entire mobile phone model and just run with it, but it looks like this is where they're going. And if you want to get that mid-gen refresh, if you want to have your games run a little bit better, I mean, they already know, they've seen from like the cheaper offer, the cheaper model, the SKU they have is going to sell more. The 1S and the PS4 Slim still outsell the Pro and the 1X. But from what we've seen, I mean, this is what we know from Sony. if something's not doing good, they don't talk about it. Vita, they don't talk about it. PSTV didn't talk about it. Stop supporting it. I'm thinking about so many things they stopped supporting. Their TV show stuff that they were doing, stop supporting it.
Yeah.
So they don't talk about it, but they talk about the Pro. They talk about how well it's doing. So that they're fine with that. We know Microsoft says that the One X outsold what their expectations were. That tells me they're going to do this again next gen. 3 years in, they're going to do a mid-gen refresh because as technology goes, they have to keep up with, especially Sony, with people wanting to get PCs instead of going the console route. So they have to kind of at least keep up to what PC is doing. Not be better than these high-end PCs, but at least try to be close. So, yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I don't, for me, it's like, if they were to come out with another like mid-gen refresh, next gen 3 years in, I'd probably look at the base model of that gen. You know what I mean? To upgrade from the X2 or from the X to the whatever the base model that next gen console would be.
Yeah,
I think that's what I would probably end up doing.
Yeah, but I also think people have to put things in perspective. Like people look at it like, well, you just came out with hardware. Why are you coming out with something else? All right, well, let's take Microsoft for instance. Yeah. The One X, how many people have that? I mean, like in this hardcore gaming community, we think everyone has a One X because we're hardcore gamers and we buy stuff like that. Yeah. But the vast majority of the 40 million Xbox users have a OG Xbox or a One S. They don't have the One X. So for them, the next Xbox will be a big upgrade and probably something they're welcoming. You got to look at that in that kind of perspective. I'm getting the NES PS5 because I have an OG PS4 that I bought in 2015. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't care if you bought a Pro. I don't care. Where's that PS5 coming out? That's there are way more people who will be like, oh, there's a new system coming. I'm comping that. And those people are in higher numbers than the people that are just like, man, I just bought this and you already coming out with something else. Shut up. You going to buy it too. So just, relax.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Well, they did talk about, actually, Microsoft did talk about Gamescom. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there is an article on the Tick Network, the Tick website. So definitely want to check that out. As I mentioned earlier, there's a link to Tick's website below. But yeah, Microsoft, they're not going to have a live press conference at Gamescom. I don't think they had one last year either, right?
No, they didn't.
Yeah, okay. They haven't had one in what?
No, last year they did. But it was more of like the
it was the round table, the donuts.
Yeah. And they had the controllers in the bowl and all that shit.
Didn't they have donuts too or something like that?
Yeah, that was at the end.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, that was a snooze fest.
Yeah,
I remember that. So yeah, they're gonna do an episode of Inside Xbox, which means that we'll get to see Major Nelson with white gloves.
White gloves, baby, showing off those bundles.
Oh, God. Jesus, man, I don't want.
What do you guys think the bundle's gonna be? You think we're getting a X price drop with a bundle?
Probably. I think they'll bundle. I think they'll bundle PUBG again. I can see
that.
So? Yeah, I see that the price drop.
Okay, I'm gonna go different. I think they're going to show the Elite 2.0 controller and then do a bundle with the Elite controller in there.
It's possible.
I can see that. So just the controller and no game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see. Actually, you know what? Probably an Ori bundle too. Isn't that coming out?
Yeah. Ori 2. Well, no. Ori's not coming out until next year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought it was coming out. For some reason, I thought it was coming out this fall. But
yeah, I mean they'll have a typical Forza bundle.
Yeah, I was gonna say Forza. Maybe Sea of Thieves or something like that. State of Decay 2.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have like a Game Pass bundle. where they give you like 6 months of Game Pass or something like that, and they have like a, different colored Xbox or whatever. They've been pretty good about that, coming out with different colors.
Hey, Slow-Mo, we got to get you out to the Fan Fest there in Cologne, Germany.
Out to the to Germany? Sure, I'll go to Germany. I mean,
at Gamescom.
I'll go out there. I'll be doing my reporting thing.
You do your report what?
I'll be doing my reporting thing.
Yeah,
I have no experience in, but I give it a shot. Yeah.
Slow-Mo, can you hear us? Yes, I'm here. I'm live.
I'm here. I'm live again.
It's great.
There's so many people back here. It's crazy. Microsoft just announced they got a new Xbox doll.
Laugh, man, because you be the first one in line, Slow-Mo. And I'm gonna get one.
No, because if I'll be there, they'll give me one for free.
So you're admitting that you have a doll then?
No, I'm just saying they'll give me one for free. I might use it as target practice later on, but yeah. But by the way, so earlier in this podcast, Enrique, you said you have killed other agents in the dark zone, and our lie detector says the results say that was a lie.
Nah, man, that's not true. Man, I kill people.
I'm looking at the Division tracker. You have zero.
I've gone in there with teams and killed people and stolen their stuff.
No, maybe someone else is killed and you contributed some bullets, but you didn't kill anyone.
That is
you got 0 kills.
Did they do a hard reset?
You are a pacifist division agent in the
Actually, you know what? No. Actually, you know what? You might need to look under my other gamer tag.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to randomly find some guy who has like a great, like, are you going to look at the division leaderboard and be like, I'm jerk off 69. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. That's me. Yeah, he's got 500 road kills. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, I just put my other gamer tag.
Okay, I'm gonna look that up.
Look that up.
Yeah. I don't think,
dude. I'm positive, man, because I remember I used to run with my buddy Shiz, and we used to go to the dark zone a lot, and we used to get kills all the time. So I'm pretty sure, man. I think it's false. I think this is slander. Trying to slander my
maybe I will. Okay, let me try to spell this again, because they said we don't get anything for that. So let me try that again. Oh, hold on. I forgot to specify.
You see what he's trying to do, B-Money, man? He's trying to slander my good name.
You don't have anything.
That's a lie.
We could not retrieve your division stats from Ubisoft. So yeah, you don't have anything under that gamer tag. I'm sorry, Enrique. You've never experienced killing an agent in the dark zone. It's okay. It's okay.
Look up B-Money.
B-Money? Okay.
I believe this is false.
Hey, B, what is your I'm trying to remember what your handle is.
It's B space MUNY 101.
Oh, there's a space. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why it still doesn't.
Hey, why he's looking up?
B space MUNY 101?
Yep.
Oh, keep forgetting to specify a platform. I'm sorry.
Chief told me he keeps talking about the Doran project. I haven't played that.
B has 2 road kills in the dark zone.
I don't know, man.
So B had and he just slightly more time in the game. So he's killed two rogue agents. So,
you know what, man? All I know is that game's garbage. That's all that matters. We're gonna move on to the next subject here.
I check receipts.
No, we're gonna move on to something. Actually, so this is the topic that we were. I'm sorry, guys. I'm losing my voice now, because of all of Slow-Mo's lies.
Really?
Yeah, this is a topic we were talking about last week. ArenaNet, a developer, Jessica Price, was fired beginning of this month. Actually, I think it was the week of July 4th. I think it was for basically arguing with fans on the company's Guild Wars 2 MMO. I think it was on Reddit. Was it on Reddit? She was getting into arguments.
It was on Twitter. The whole
Did it start at Reddit?
The whole thing started from an AMA on Reddit. Okay. So she did an AMA officially under, the I guess the games subreddit, and she created a like 29 to 30 tweets based off of something that she wanted to talk about in the AMA but didn't have time. And so and the topic was why she thinks that narratives and MMO and MMO RPGs aren't very good. And I mean, she has some good thoughts. I read it. It was very interesting. I guess when it all went down is when a prominent YouTuber for that game, Guild Wars 2, replied to her statements, and he was respectful, but he just disagreed slightly and still, wanted to know how she thought. And he's coming not from a technical background. Maybe he said some things that to her was just, well, of course that's not going to work kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's how she handled his replying to her that kind of caused all the drama.
So what did she exactly say to him? Because I'm not
okay. She I'll try to pull it up, but she's basically
she like cuss him out,
insulted him. She didn't cuss him out. She did insult him in a very, very rude manner that was so out of place and not necessary. Most people were just kind of like, what was that for? And then his response back, which, most people would be like, who are you to speak to me like this, and kind of go off. Now, this guy, granted a little bit more context, he was actually on Twitch the day before streaming the game and had been seen basically just talking glowingly about how he felt about Jessica Price. So for her to kind of treat him like that was just really it was just completely unprofessional. And she tried to basically say, well, I don't know who it was something to the effect of, here's this amateur trying to tell me, a professional, how to do my job. And he apologized for offending her, didn't know how he offended her. And then she, instead of just taking his apology and moving on, and this probably would have never happened, she just doubled down and went in. She called him a rando asshat and all this other stuff. And people were just like, no, that's it. Like, that's when Twitter just went in on her. And she started... Then she claimed he was being sexist.
Well, no,
that the only reason that he said that about her, said anything to her. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, no, she actually said, and I don't think she didn't say this to him. She tweeted when you said she went all in, because she did. She doubled down. She said, the next rando asshat who attempts to explain the concept of branching dialogue to me is getting insta-blocked.
Yes. Now that was after that was after she had already said other things. So I'm trying to find the tweet. It was from July 4th.
Maybe was she drunk?
I mean, it was July 4th, maybe. But she was this is where the part where she tried to claim he was sexist. She retweeted his comment about her thread and said, today in being a female game dev, quote unquote, and this is sarcasm because he didn't say this, allow me, a person who does not work with you, explain to you how to do your job. Which blew up from there. That was
that's when it kind of went downhill.
Yeah. It just went completely downhill from there. Another of her colleagues who works on the same team as her, the narrative team, tried to come in the middle of it and defend her. And the fact her behavior was unacceptable. And long story short, they both ended up getting fired. Now, my opinion, I don't think that guy deserved to be fired, but I know and I don't work in the gaming field, but I'm a network engineer and I work for a government contractor. Let me talk to a client, a customer that way and see what happens.
Oh, you be fired?
I'm fired. And it's like that. Whether you work for a government contractor or if you work on retail at McDonald's, it's going to be the same thing.
Well,
you disrespect customers, your job is probably not going to retain you.
Yeah, and she didn't let it go. I mean, she kept. She actually basically said that ArenaNet kind of folded like a cheap card table, with regards to what happened in her dismissal, and she even went on to say during the interview, during like when she was interviewing for the position, that ArenaNet respected her willingness to speak up on issues in the industry and had no desire, she says, to muzzle me. She said at the time she had zero warnings about her social media use. She said everything I said on Twitter was consistent with what I've been saying for years. And I've been saying that. I think, though, that may be true in terms of her speaking out on issues related to the industry, but that probably doesn't encompass, being disrespectful to customers or fans. I think that's when things probably took a turn for the worse for her, I would imagine. I mean, and I think that's probably, I would imagine that's any job. I know my job, that would be the case. Like they don't monitor my Twitter account, but if I went on Twitter and I berated one of our clients, I'd probably lose my job.
Yeah. And then she tried to come up with the fact that she never has had any prior warnings to her activities on social media. I find to be alarming, considering she was one of the people who was basically dancing on Total Biscuit's grave. I thought that was even worse than what eventually ended up getting her fired, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, beyond that, she tried to use the defense that this is my personal Twitter account and people shouldn't be talking to me or replying to me when I don't want that at all, which if that's the case, why is your Twitter account not private?
Yeah.
If you don't want people responding, This is the public internet. I mean, you put stuff out there, people are going to respond to it. It's Twitter. So there's that. And then there's the other thing. You were speaking about what you do in your job on your on your personal Twitter account. So what did you expect was going to happen? And then third of all, she has her title. She had, because she no longer works there. She had her title and the name of the game she works on and the company she works for in her profile. Right there, clear as day. So you used your platform and your job to amass your 16K followers, but then you still want to say that it's your personal Twitter account. You can't have it both ways.
Actually, Nate Live Chat says that was her calling him an asshat, calling the YouTube guy an asshat too.
Yeah.
So I mean, and how can you call? I mean, you may not agree with him, but this guy's streaming your game. People know him.
Yeah.
We know how important YouTube influencers or streamers can be for video games. Yeah, I mean, I get why she was terminated, because and I don't think anything to do with her being a woman. I don't think that's the case. I think it has to do with just somebody in this case being unprofessional.
Yeah. I agree completely.
You can't, like anything in any job, you exhibit that kind of behavior towards a customer, you're going to get in trouble. It's just going to happen.
Yep.
Especially when, your clients are the ones buying your product. So, B, man, you got any thoughts on this?
I really didn't like dig too far into the whole thing. It's just same thing we've been seeing all year long and all last year. You know what I mean? People they don't know how to contain themselves and kind of keep personal information off of the internet. You know what I mean? If you're in that type of position, you got to have some resistance and some restraint to engage with certain people. You know what I mean? And if it's going to cost you your job, then it's probably best that you don't have social media at the end of the day. Because, I mean, for me, like, sometimes I get to the point where I really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like if people are talking crazy to me, I'm gonna talk crazy back to them. You know what I mean? Some people just gotta be put in their place. So for me, like I look at things like that a little bit different, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Do you feel what Derar said to her was like, rose to the point where like she needed to put him in his place?
What exactly did he say to her?
I'll find what he said to her.
He's basically kind of critiquing.
He said, really interesting thread to read. However, allow me to disagree slightly. I don't believe the issue lies in the MMORPG genre itself, as your wording seeming to suggest. I believe the issue lies in the constraints of the Living World's narrative design. Living World is something about the game. And then he says, when you want the outcome to be the same across the board for all players' experiences, then yes, by design, you're extremely limited in how you can construct the personality of the PC. But if instead players were given the option to meaningfully express their character through branching dialogue options, which also aren't just on the checklist for an achievement, then perhaps players would be more invested in the role-playing aspect of that particular MMORPG. Nonetheless, I appreciate the insightful thread.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
her response was, "Thanks for trying to tell me what we do internally, my dude," and then a crying emoji.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, you gotta have the restraint. You know what I mean? She could have been having a shitty day. A lot of people talking shit to her in that thread, and that could have just pushed her over the edge.
Yeah, you know the straw.
Yeah. So I mean, it happens. We're all human at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I look at social media so many times, and especially more recently with all these people calling the cops on people for doing silly shit like wearing socks at the pool or sell water and shit like that.
Who wears socks? Who wears socks at the pool?
But you know what I mean? So
or taking a hard pick in basketball. Did you guys hear about that?
No, what happened?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's getting ridiculous.
This happened around here, Enrique.
So here in the DMV?
Yeah, in the DMV.
Oh man, that's crazy.
A guy. I'm not going to bring races in this, but you already know. A guy called the police on another guy for a hard pick.
Jesus.
And there's this video of it. Like someone was like,
"Oh my god!"
You see the police talking to the guy, and they just like shake their head and leave.
Yeah,
and you see the dude just sitting there. Everyone's just like, "Did you really call the police over this?" It's getting crazy, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
No, but I mean, when you see things like that, and you know, it's carrying over more and more to social media, and we saw a lot of the sexual misconduct stuff last year.
Yeah,
from a lot of big names in the industry.
Yeah,
so it's just it goes in cycles, and I'm sure we'll see this continue, especially since gaming is the biggest form of entertainment anyway. So people get in certain positions and they feel like they're untouchable, and clearly they're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So gotta be able to understand what your role is and what you're doing for your community. And if you don't have any restraint for people who, have a different opinion from you, then maybe that's not the position you need to be in.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and we've seen it with other people who in the beginning, when they got a platform, they were very reasonable. And then over time, you see that like the fanboys of particular platforms or games or whatever have gotten to them. And then now they're like in a different place. Like I don't want to name any names, but there's a particular, writer that I thought was like, this guy's awesome. He's everything. He's breaking great stories, and he seems to be on point with everything. And then you start seeing stuff where he's just like, I don't give a fuck. It's just like, wait, what happened to you? Calm down, just disconnect from the internet.
Why you so mad, son?
Yeah, like that's what it sounds like. Maybe it's time for a vacation. Like maybe it's time to go to Hawaii and just chill on the beach for a while. Yeah. And I completely understand that. Like I deal with that in my job, and we all deal with that when someone's like talking to you. And I get people who work in a different department. They're completely non-technical, try to tell me how to do networking sometimes. And I'm just like, and I'm just kind of like looking at them like, you don't know what you're talking about. Why are we even having this conversation? But then see? At the end of it, though, I can't say that out of my mouth, though. Like, I can't be like, you know what, Karen, that was great. Go fuck yourself. Like, I can't. That can't be my response. It's gotta be like, okay, I appreciate your opinion. It's not quite accurate, but I see where you were going with that. You have to kind of. You have to kind of have some emotional intelligence.
Yeah, but after like the 50th Karen who keep giving her her opinion, you might be thinking a little different.
Yeah,
true. Which is, I think, for me, and this comes with again having emotional intelligence. It'd be like, you know what? I'm getting to that point. I'm about to say something I shouldn't say. I'm probably just going to stay off of social media for a while. Like, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to have to disconnect. I want my job, and sending this tweet out isn't worth me losing my job. If you look at her, like take Jessica Price, you look at her position right now, I don't think she's in a good place as far as getting another job. I use it kind of like I mentioned this before. It's like the Terrell Owens, perspective to go to football. Terrell Owens was at one point the best receiver in the league, but he couldn't get people to sign him because the dude was a head case, and everyone knew the circus that was going to come with signing him.
Right,
and so it comes to a point where your all the other bad intangibles outweigh what you provide at work. She could be like the best writer ever. But if hiring her means that studio now gets increased scrutiny because they hired this crazy chick or quote unquote crazy chick, and then she's disrespecting your community for your game, it puts you in a position like all this has to be taken into account before we hire her. And what are they going to do? Most likely they're going to hire the person that's less talented to you but doesn't come with all the baggage.
Hey, real quick, the live chat, and Nate's funny, man. He said also reality check for some of these people in the industry, some of them talking real reckless on the net, forgetting that everybody is a person to find you. People need to remember AT&T's original slogan: reach out and touch someone.
That is true, man.
That's true, man.
True. You guys ain't walking up at Gamescom and E3 with bodyguards. You may want to watch your tone.
You want to rethink that. Yeah. That's true, man. It's crazy. People crazy these days. You gotta be careful what you say. Some dude walk up on you like, hey, you remember me? Like, who are you? Yeah,
I'm that guy 6 months ago that you were laughing at on Twitter. I'm like, please.
It's true, man. Unfortunately, it's just you gotta be careful these days, man. Like B Money said, people getting swatted, and it's just crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. People dying from getting swatted.
Yeah, man. People getting doxxed and such, just crazy shit. So, Well, gentlemen, we actually we're gonna go ahead and wrap up tonight. I'm actually losing my voice now. It's getting hard for me to. This weather's been crazy, man. Like I think the back and forth. So like people, I don't know what it's like in where you're at, man, but here in the DMV, man, like summertime gets real humid.
Yeah.
But it's like back and forth, man. It's been like humid and then hot. Like it doesn't feel like a traditional summer we typically have in DMV, Slow-mo. So
the humidity's been ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but then it goes away and it's just hot, So it's just man. I think it's messing with my my sinuses and stuff. The summer's been pretty bad for me. So anyhow, but anyway, I'm sure this isn't the last we've heard of this story. I know she's still. I think she's still talking about it weeks later. So yeah. So but anyways, Slow-mo. I just want to say something. About the division.
Here we go.
I just want to say that it's got an 80 on Metacritic, and Destiny 2's got 85. So that's all the proof that we need. That Destiny 2 is the better game.
Oh my god!
And that the division is garbage.
Okay, so why are you comparing the Division 2? I mean, I'm sorry, Destiny 2 to the Division 1? What is the division? Man, what is Destiny 1's Metacritic?
No one's playing.
It's not
Destiny
80,
1.
is it?
No, but
it's not 80, is it?
But no one's playing Destiny 1.
It doesn't matter because
it doesn't matter.
The Division 2
is coming
games,
out. We're talking about games
compare the Division 2 when it comes out to Destiny 2.
I'm telling you. Well, okay, we'll compare it when it comes out. Division 2 will have a 70 Metacritic.
No, I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's make a wager here, Mr. Enrique.
All right.
I want a 6-pack of Fat Tire if I'm right.
All right.
And so what we need, the wager will be if the division after what's a good period of time, like a week after it comes out, all of the reviews
a week, yep.
Okay. After a week, when the Division 2 comes out, that it has a higher Metacritic score than Destiny 2. So it need to have a 85.
Higher than 85.
No, because you just said the Destiny 2 was 84, right?
85.
85? Okay, it needs to have an 86.
All right.
Are you feeling confident in that, Slow-mo?
I'm very confident.
All right, man. We'll see.
6-pack of Fat Tire is on the line.
We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I'm not convinced. So
you will be convinced.
All right. Well, I want to give a big shout out to everyone in the live chat who came in and hung out with us tonight. Definitely appreciate the Nate in the house dropping some knowledge. Had a relevant native, Chief Tommy, some other folks. So big thank you to you guys for coming in and listening to my voice go to shit through the podcast. So, but we'll be back on next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with some more gaming related topics. And Slow-mo, B Money, always a pleasure, gentlemen. Always great talking video games with you guys. B, man, you gonna hop back on Destiny anytime soon, man?
Yeah, man. Just let me know when you're on. I'll hop on there. I'll pick up the the expansion pass now since it's $20 this week on Xbox Live. So I'll pick it up and hop back in there, man.
Is it just the expansion or like the game plus the expansion is $20?
Yeah, it's a game plus the expansion.
Wow, so that's basically like it's free.
Right. So that's what I figured. Go ahead and pick it up. I already had the game, but I can get the expansion pass for $20 and then get ready for Forsaken this holiday because I'll be there definitely.
The Forsaken, that's going to be a huge DLC for them.
It is.
I think people might be sleeping on this one with them.
They need this. I mean, I think this is a very pivotal DLC for them.
I would agree with you.
They need this to work because they need in order to get the majority of their community back and to keep things going into the season pass content. they really need Forsaken to work out for them. And I mean, it's going to be stiff competition. It's going to be really interesting. It's coming in October, right?
Yeah, it's coming in October. It's going to be interesting, man.
It comes out September.
September. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It's September.
September 4th, I think.
Yeah. So they're gonna get a jump on some of the big
like releases. 3 days before Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's garbage.
You're crazy.
What? All right, cut the podcast. This is done. This is done. This Enrique's drunk. He drank the six pack of Fat Tire.
Oh, he on that Benadryl, man. Got that boy high.
He just said Spider-Man is garbage. I'm done. I need a drink now.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I can't talk, man. B's right, it's that Benadryl. I lost my voice. Can't talk. So we'll see. I agree with you though, guys. I think this is a big one. This is I don't know if this is gonna make or break the franchise, but this is gonna be a big one for them.
I think it's also gonna be big too, because like Call of Duty's taking risks this year, not having a story and just going with the multiplayer stuff, and then Battlefield went back to World War II and then go modern day. So that's they could be a major player this holiday season.
Yeah, they definitely could, man. If they bring a lot of content and it's good content, keeps people engaged. I mean, that's the key, engagement.
Yeah.
So
I'm really interested how Call of Duty does, because there's a lot of people who are complaining about no campaign. But I mean, are you going to put your money where your mouth is? Are you not going to buy Call of Duty? I gotta admit, I'm somewhat doubtful.
That game, you know the answer to that, Slow-Mo.
Yeah, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah, people. I mean, it's always a time. I mean, I think it's a smart move for them not to include it, because who really buys Call of Duty for the campaign?
Some people do.
I mean, I'm not saying like no one does, but I'm saying I think the majority of the people who are playing Call of Duty are playing the multiplayer.
Well, look, I'm not a Call of Duty player, so this doesn't really affect me at all. But this is what I'm thinking. Not only did they take the campaign out, the price is the same, and then the way they're doing these bundles, that's just Activision is the worst, man. Like that's crazy. Like that would make me, if I was a Call of Duty player, like screw this game. I will play a different shooter, because I'm not doing it. Like the way they're handling things, it needs to be, they need to take a L this fall, but they won't. We know they won't. So
it's still gonna be the highest selling game of the year. Like it has been every year it's came out. So
it's true. He's right, man. It really is. So we'll see. But yeah, we definitely Slow-Mo, man. You should get back on, man. We should run some Crucible, man.
Look, I've already paid for it, so the Crucible, I'm always down for that. I played, with Forte and Luca, Jay Nimbus. We've done and gone through Crucible. I'm just not trying to spend any more money on Destiny, but I've already spent the money on the game, and they do free updates and all that good stuff. So the private matches, all that stuff's in there for people who didn't do the season pass. So yeah, I'm always down for that.
All right, man, sounds good. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Again, we'll be back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Man, I hope my voice is better next week, because I'm getting tired of my voice sounding like this. It's terrible. It's not like I've been hitting the pipe all day. So on that note, everyone have a great rest of the week. Enjoy your time gaming. And look, people, have fun playing video games, because that's what gaming is all about. All this nonsense and arguing back and forth, it's not what gaming's about. So that's my message of the week. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're out. Peace.